If you're someone people rely on, the one who keeps things moving, fills gaps, and absorbs pressure when things get complicated, this episode is for you. Burnout doesn't always announce itself with collapse. For people others rely on, burnout often shows up quietly, disguised as responsibility, consistency, and follow through. That's why so many capable people don't recognize burnout until their capacity is already compromised. Today, we're going to talk about why the warning signs are easy to miss when you're the dependable one and what to look for before burnout escalates. Being reliable is often rewarded. You get trusted, you get more responsibility, you become the person others turn to. But reliability can also create blind spots. When people others rely on start running low on capacity, they don't usually stop. They compensate. They solve faster. They push emotions aside. They normalize fatigue. From the outside, nothing looks wrong, but internally, the system is under strain. For people others rely on, early burnout looks dramatic. It often sounds like, I'm fine, I'm just tired. This is just a busy season. Once this settles down, I'll catch up. Common early signals include emotional flattening or reduced enthusiasm, increased irritability paired with continued performance, difficulty resting without feeling uneasy or guilty, a growing sense of pressure without a clear source. These aren't failures, they're indicators. If this conversation feels accurate rather than alarming, that's intentional. This channel is designed to help people who carry responsibility understand what's happening beneath the surface and respond strategically. People others rely on are often skilled at emotional regulation, problem solving, and follow through. Those skills are strengths until they're used to override signals instead of respond to them. Over time, regulation turns into suppression, not because people don't care, but because there's always something that needs to get done. The nervous system starts to adapt, and that adaptation can look like resilience, even when it's actually depletion. Regulation allows emotions to move through without hijacking behavior. Suppression pushes emotions aside so performance can continue. Here's a metaphor that might help us to clarify the difference. Think about your internal system like a pressure valve. Regulation is noticing pressure early and releasing it in small, controlled ways. You pause, you name what's happening, you make a small adjustment. Suppression is tightening the valve so nothing escapes while pressure continues to build underneath. From the outside, everything looks stable. Inside, strain is increasing. Eventually, the valve doesn't gently release, it forces a shutdown. A simple check-in might be, am I releasing pressure or just containing it? This distinction matters because suppression increases cognitive and emotional load over time. In Design Life Hub, we help people who carry responsibility learn how to regulate without suppressing and build systems that don't depend on personal depletion. And that's how capacity is protected. Boundaries for people others rely on aren't about saying no to everything. They're about matching output to capacity. That might mean reducing decision volume, renegotiating timelines, naming limits earlier instead of later. Boundaries aren't about failing, they're capacity management. Here's one practice to try this week. At the end of each day, ask, where did I absorb pressure today without acknowledging it? Awareness turns invisible load into something you can respond to. Being reliable doesn't mean being limitless. Burnout isn't a sign that you can handle responsibility. It's a sign that responsibility needs support. If this episode resonated, continue exploring the channel and inside Design Life Hub. This is where sustainable capacity is built. And if you're open to it, comment with one word that describes what you tend to absorb.